1 year from about, left, before people are left behind. And I agree with that. From what we're seeing, I'm sure you know the word AGI. AGI is how they test the brain. There's just Claude and Gemini and ChatGPT, OpenAI. And AGI, once they hit it, is the model is at a consistent PhD level daily on every task. So it's like having a super PhD person that's really intelligent, but on all tasks, not just what they're good at. When that happens, it's gonna if you're not understanding what's happening and you fall behind, people who are using that are gonna blow by you, because they can literally, one person can do the work of three on everything. So in a business, if you have two businesses side by side and the one person is enhanced with AI and almost not, you can't keep up. It's impossible. The marketing, social media, sales, lead generation, everything is 10 to 100x.
They say it's lonely at the top, but it doesn't have to be. I've spent the last 8 years embedded in our local business landscape, and I've learned one thing. Facts only tell half the story. I'm Donnelly. Join me for an intimate look at the minds of the innovators and leaders shaping our region. We aren't just talking business, we're talking legacy. From the North Country Media Network, upstate New York's Voices of Authority, this is Building Success Stories, and it's time to start building yours.
I'm here today with Christopher Crowd of Severus AI, a new business starting up in Glens Falls. Thank you for having me here today.
You're welcome.
Tell me a bit about Severus AI and when it got started and what gave you the idea.
So Severus AI is a 2-year project. It's built on customer pain points. And basically, we use AI to enhance customers and ourselves with a platform called Ada. So basically, pain points are social media, phone calls, getting incoming phone calls, incoming leads on your website, where it's voice agents or chat agents, and workflow automations.
So that could be any kind of workflow?
Any kind of workflow.
So give us an example.
Oh, so an example could be, let's say lead nurturing. So basically you want leads are the most important thing, right? We need customers. So one of the biggest weaknesses for for businesses is how to handle leads. So the most basic example would be, our voice agent answers the telephone for you and immediately and first step already has their number saved, done. Then it has their email address, their full name done. So that's now an asset. And then from there, it can break out into any question you might have about your business. Even your history. It can tell a story about your history of your business, if your grandfather started it, whatever you want to do. They can tell about your products, services, pricing, quoting if you want, if it's something to quote.
If it's set numbers.
If it's set numbers, e-commerce store, it can, if you have a sale going on, it'll say, yep, we're selling this for $10 off today.
What's in stock.
It's in stock, out of stock.
Quick it can ship to you.
Everything.
It's all information that's in there. It can just feed that out to a person.
Yes, very fast. Yes. And on top of that, it can transfer you to a human anytime it needs to be. But also it can finish the call. So once the person gets off the phone, if you're a business that needs a callback quote, which is pretty common, you get an email, you get a text, it's in a database for you, you can pull up on your dashboard. And you own that information. Email is an asset and a phone number. So now you can email them other things you need to. But now
that captures the leads information. You can stick it in your CRM, like you said, HubSpot
automatically,
or whatever they're using. You're capturing your leads because that people often miss that.
Right. So you have a CRM. The majority of them, that info goes right into CRM and begins its flow, its customer flow.
And you can set up all that workflow, or would they do that like in their CRM themselves?
So basically, it would depend on what kind of business they are. If they're a small business, we can do it for them. If they have an IT tech person they use, they would do that. We give them the keys and they would just plug it in. So it depends. But we will do that. And then we have a setup thing we do for customers. So it gets our CRM. We just do it all for them.
And new client onboarding, but I don't know if that would. Do you only do the workflows that are tied into your agents?
No, workflow.
So you can do more than just that.
So workflow.
It's using AI.
So an example for a workflow would be, I had a client come to me the other day, and she wants like a fractional system. or, which in my view is a micro employee.
Yeah.
Right. So a micro employee would be in charge of analytics, research, her whole calendar, both her calendars for her business side, her personal, all emails are also in there. So it can see her private email and her business email together, and email her staff, send them reports and analytics every day.
Yeah.
And keep everything on track together for, so basically it's almost like having a system with you 24/7. So that's a workflow automation.
Yeah.
But it also can plug into other things. So she can talk to that. So that's not even like typing. She can have her phone and really talk to it.
Yeah.
It says, good morning. What do you need today? And she'll give it 40 things.
So give us an example of the type of things somebody would
for her.
say.
Well, yeah. So for me, for what I would say, well, let's see, for her case, I'd say, hey, good morning. It's 7 a.m. Give me all my emails from the business side, personal, build me a summary of my emails.
So you could be on your bike.
On your bike or your car.
Your stationary bike, not on the road. Well, you could do it you could do it in your car, right? Especially like if you have a commute, right?
Yes.
You could be like just listening to your emails while you're driving.
Yeah. So, So in our meeting,
we'll do a recap maybe.
Yeah. It could actually be emails. You can it'll say, hey, you have these 10 emails, and it'll tell you that all the headers. You can say, hey, dig into this email for me. They'll read the whole thing to you. Then you can say, okay, summarize this and store it, and then go ahead and email the staff this email. Or from this email, build a report.
You can say forward that to Joe.
Forward it. Absolutely. But you're talking to it like a person.
Yeah.
So it's responding back to you as a person.
It's like you have an assistant.
Right. But you got to do anything. You can say, hey, I have this is pretty amazing. So let's say you have a project due, like a PowerPoint due, and you messed up. Let's say you forgot. It can do that for you in the car. So you can say, hey, I messed up on this one slide, fix it, and I need it for an hour. When you get to that destination, it's done. The PowerPoint is done because we can generate images and video. So I have, here's an example. So let's say you do trivia. Trivia is a big thing, right? So you need a trivia for the, for this restaurant. It pays you, every other week to come in.
Yeah.
You need 100 slides. Well, it's a lot of work. So the workflow would learn your voice, all these things. You trained it on trivia internationally. Say, okay, you're going to build me a trivia for this particular bar, particular night, and it's going to build it up for you. And then
I know one of your friends that does trivia.
Oh yeah.
So I have a feeling where you're getting this idea from.
Well, what's funny is I actually, when I saw him before I first met him, like, oh, wow, that would be, and demos, it's extraordinary, but but there's no limits. Like the beauty about workflow automation is that you can just dream it. You can say, I woke up and I had this SOP epiphany, and then we say, okay, and we sit down with you, we build it out, and you have it, and it's just yours.
I love that thought. Right. So all you people that are afraid of AI, it helps you achieve your dreams, because whatever you can dream of, it can do.
It can do.
Or even like beyond, I've gotten really into it, and it has like improved my life like 100 times over.
Right. That's the whole point. It's about improvement. I mean, even Tony Robbins. I mean, we all love Tony. Right?
I noticed I've been avoiding those ads that pop, because I have done some. I've done some Tony Robbins training stuff.
He's hammering it.
I have done some, and then the ads pop up, and I'm like, no, I do not need to get into this. But I did notice he was talking about AI, but I didn't listen to the whole spiel.
So he is saying 1 year from about left, therefore people are left behind. And I agree with that. From what we're seeing, I'm sure you know the word AGI. AGI is how they test the brain. There's just Claude and Gemini and ChatGPT, OpenAI. And AGI, once they hit it, the model is at a consistent PhD level daily on every task. So it's like having a super PhD person that's really intelligent, but on all tasks, not just what they're good at. When that happens, it's gonna. If you're not understanding what's happening and you fall behind, people who are using it are going to blow by you, because they can literally, one person can do the work of 3 on everything. So in a business, if you have 2 businesses side by side and the one person is enhanced with AI and almost not, you can't keep up. It's impossible. The marketing, social media, sales, lead generation, everything is 10 to 100x.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And like you're saying, like automating these things. Like it just happens so quickly. But it's not just the fact that you could do lead gen better. Most of these people aren't even doing lead gen
at all. Right.
because like you get a phone call and then where'd that piece of paper go with their information on it
Yes.
instead of it being captured and right into your system
Yes.
and with a follow-up email
Follow-up
and a
email,
reminder
yeah.
to you, did you call them? Call them.
Exactly.
Here's a presentation to give to them. Like it's
Yes.
all the stuff that can be done that you wish you were doing. And you
That's a
knew
good
if
point.
you did it,
Yeah.
it would improve your business.
Tenfold.
But it's going to just do it all for
All for you.
and even better than you could
Right.
have done it yourself.
Right. But also it knows you. And the big
Yeah.
thing people worry about is they worry about, well, the AI sounds like slop.
Yeah.
Well, because they're used to AI in the window. They go on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yes, that doesn't know you or your customer. Our system, it knows your customer and it knows you.
Yeah.
It knows your voice, your history.
Yeah.
So when it talks to them, it's ghostwriting
Yeah.
emails. So now it's like a friend to them. You know, even it can take care of your customer you already have. So
Yeah.
it isn't just lead gen. This is also customer care.
Of course. Yeah.
So,
retention costs more to get a new customer than to keep your
Right.
existing
So
customers.
it will call your
retention,
customers and remind them. It will text them. It can email them.
Mhm.
It takes care of them.
Yeah.
You know, and actually each time it does something, we have a system that's called self-learning and self-aware, where it learns each loop. So each person it talks to, it learns from its mistakes. Did I say the wrong thing? Were they happy with me? So it learns, and not in a scary way. It's just data.
Yeah.
You know, caller sentiment, email sentiment is always saved. So that data is very valuable, and you own that as a business owner.
Mhm.
It's not our data; it's yours.
Yeah.
So you have all these assets of evidence of how you're doing with new customers and your existing customers.
Yeah.
To me, it's worth gold because you actually know what's truly happening in your market.
Right.
So that's if you want to scale your business.
Yeah.
And one thing I always say too is that as a business owner, your job is to scale. Let's be honest. You have to scale. If you don't, eventually you're going to burn out.
Yeah.
So these tools allow you to now, rather than get up in the morning and running to your desk,
Mhm.
going through 100 emails and trying to respond to everybody, you get up very calmly, have a cup of coffee. It's all done for you.
Yeah.
And now you can have a meeting how we're going to scale now and take on more customers and more clients compared to the whole day trying to figure out, oh my God, I have all this information coming in.
Mhm. So tell me, let's talk a bit more specifically about the agents, because we did talk a bit about the workflows.
Right.
So what are the different agents that you are providing for people?
So the agents it's a kind of an open term because an agent just means the LLM, which is Claude, OpenAI. They have tools now.
Yeah.
So I always say, like, everyone knows how to use Gemini, right?
Yeah.
So imagine giving Gemini hands and a screwdriver. That's what an agent is. An agent has access to
meant the
tools.
services you're
Oh, the service. Oh,
providing.
okay.
Yeah. So
So
what
there's-
do you call them?
Oh,
thought-
so they are agents. Yeah. Agents. Right. So basically you have your voice agents
Voice
for, you know, which is for phone calls
Yes.
on your cell phone,
Yeah, and I
telephone.
called today and she was amazing.
Right. Awesome. Thanks.
So it was
Appreciate
very
that.
good. Yeah, one of the best I've ever encountered.
Yeah, we're hard on them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, so let's say IVR, right? You know the IVR phone trees.
What's IVR?
So basically, you know, the phone trees you have in a business. So like,
Yeah.
everyone has an extension. You have a marketing team over here.
Mhm.
We can do that all through our agents.
Yeah.
So you can have like 20 of them. You can have sales, marketing. So when someone calls, you can say, "Hey, marketing, please." Yep, boom, there. And there you have an agent that is trained just on marketing. That's all it cares about.
Yeah.
It doesn't care about anything else in the world but marketing. And then you can call the tech support agent.
Mhm.
All it cares about tech support.
Yeah.
So they master one subject.
Yeah.
Almost like an employee that is just dedicated to one thing. That's all they care about.
Mhm.
It's not great for humans to be that way, but
Yeah.
for a machine it is,
Mhm.
because a machine's better at knowing one thing at a time.
Okay.
So it's a master. It becomes a master of that particular subject matter.
Okay.
You know, so yeah. So and basically we also have the chat agent as well, which is
Yes.
more
So it's on
older.
the website, like one of those little boxes that
Little boxes, and everyone knows those.
Yeah.
Ours are more advanced. Ours are much smarter and but it has tools as well. And then we have our new voice web agents, which is our newest technology, which is
Yeah, I've not seen that. I don't think I've seen that yet.
yeah, that's going to blow your mind. That's again voice to voice, meaning that it's actually no transcription in between the human and the machine. It talks to you like a person. If you're emotional, it can detect it. It knows, all contextual part of the conversation is now saved because it's voice to voice. And and when it happens is because of that, it can make moves that are more appropriate to a conversation. So if someone's a little older, someone's in the feel well, someone's sick, everything is now kept in context. Where before, there could be some issues where you're not really sure where they're coming from.
Yeah.
It's also a little bit faster.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because when you're typing into a chat box, they're not going to pick up on any of stuff. Where if they can actually detect tone and how to act appropriately, that's a game changer. Because a lot of people aren't any good at that either.
No, I'm not. No. So, and that voice has all the same tools. It can then text your team, email your team. It can even, give them a link to a payment box. They can't figure out how to pay, or they can't figure out where the fax page is. They can read off all the FAQs of the business, anything you can imagine, but it's talking as a human.
Yeah. But you can always escalate if needed to a real person.
Absolutely.
Just like,
Yeah. Everything is.
You gotta kind of have that.
Oh, absolutely. And we're big on that. We call it a warm transfer because, again, like, the human needs to know the context. So we don't just do this blunt cold. We call it a cold transfer. It's a warm transfer, and that way the biz owner has context. So that way, because the customer or the new prospect feels wanted, because you're not getting this cold, okay, here you go, I'm Joe, and let's start from scratch again. It's all saved. And again, it's an asset. Like, the email's an asset, phone number's an asset. What you're telling you is an asset. But you can save that for future interaction with customers.
And that all integrates into their CRM or however they've asked you to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So that information is put somewhere that it can be used.
Yes. And a marketing team will definitely use that information, because basically it gives them the barometer of their industry and their market.
Yeah.
This is the first time we can really do this in history, where a small business, we work with solopreneurs. Like, someone, basically a solopreneur has the same power as an IBM and Apple, Google, because they have or the company down in Albany that has 100 employees. You have the same power they do.
Yeah.
It's the first time in history we've been at an and level playing field.
Level, not evil.
But it can be very short if you miss out in the next 12 months. If you sit out and sit out and sit out, it gets harder to learn it, because then your competition's already ahead of you.
Yeah. I was a bit slow on the whole AI wave, even though I keep an eye on what's going on in tech. But then I started noticing, because I was, like I said, I was in Ireland for a while when I first started with digital marketing, and I was quite involved in the tech community there. And some of the guys I knew then, I was noticing on LinkedIn, they were quitting their jobs, and I'm just going to focus on AI. And I'm like, what? And like, one of the guys was kind of like, well, yeah, I don't know if I'd follow him. But then there was another guy that I knew was always up on all the best stuff.
Yeah.
And was good at judging what is going to work. So when he made the jump, I was like, okay, I need to start paying attention to this.
Right.
So, and that was, I don't know, when was that? When did like Chat GPT first come out?
I mean,
that people mainstream were like, oh, there's this thing.
It's been almost 5 years now, right? I mean,
late. Like, my son's doing his PhD in machine learning. So I probably had heard of it prior to that.
Yeah, because AI isn't really new,
he's
right?
4 years into that.
I mean, if he was here, he would say, like, when it comes to machine learning, it's been for like 30, 40 years.
Yeah, no, I know it's been going. And that's why I was like, what's the big deal about AI? Because I was starting to investigate like tools for e-commerce websites that could do like what Amazon does. Like, it sees that you looked at something and then make sure that you get reminders about that. Yeah, and so so I was kind of like, what's the big deal? Like, AI's been going for a while, but now it's just more user friendly. But I think that is the thing. Like, because I was working for a client of mine on a client onboarding system. So I was going to use Zapier or Zapier, however it's pronounced, right? I hadn't used it in years. And it has a new AI agent that is so intuitive. I was able to do something that it would have taken me a while with trial and error and, just to try to set that up. Because Zapier is an app that integrates other apps.
Yeah. And
whereas you can build those for people. But I was amazed at the AI in it that I could just bramble like I do and
Right.
just say, I'm trying to do this for somebody,
Yes.
and we're using Gmail and we're using Calendly, and,
Right.
and it's like, I can do this and this and this.
Yeah. Zapier is a cool tool. And yeah, Zapier is kind of more of a do-it-yourself tool.
But
it does work.
seeing like how, I think that's the difference too, between like the old initial sort of AI tools that were a little clunky, and people are always saying like, but I'm getting bad data. Like they're like, you have to, and you might get wrong information. You do need to know enough. And that's why it's good to use a tool like yours, because you're building it and you're giving them their own data.
Right. That's back to our RAG systems where it's only your data. And it's so important because that's the biggest issue with AI is data being from the wrong spot. Because it's almost useless. If it's pulling data from
like garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, right. So when you have our company, like what we're doing is it's personal. It's a business centric system. So it only cares about just your business. So when you're talking to it, it's not looking at other people, other things. Obviously, for research, we connect it to the appropriate places to connect for research. But even that's not even Google.
Yeah.
We have our own ways to get correct research and verify that's correct. So it's very encased to your own need situation. It's not like have all this access. It's very limited access. And it's on a per customer basis. So you do get your own system. It's not, so we actually build your own microsystem, by the way. So we have our system, but on top of that, each client gets their own micro server. It's
like your system powers it.
Right.
But theirs is custom.
Right.
Designed for their needs.
It's very, very small. That's why it's only like a few weeks, because it's a tiny little application, but it ensures you security and privacy. So you're not sharing in a cloud. You're not like on a shard.
Yeah.
What's
a shard?
Well, remember in the old days, a shard is like a hard drive with many.
Okay. So segmented hard drive. Is that?
Yeah, it's like a hard drive. So think about the little server, and you have, and let's say you're on like Hostinger. It's like a shard. You're sharing a piece of that server for your website, which is okay for websites, but we're a little bit different. We give you your own cloud spot. Yeah. So it's insulated. So each time it fires, it's its own box. We call it a function call. So you get your own spot in the cloud. You're not sharing with anybody else. You're not sharing memory. You're not sharing CPU. It's just your piece, and all data in there is private. So you're not sharing stuff with everybody else, but allows us to build these very powerful systems just for you. So that makes us very excited, because a solopreneur can now have a system which would equate to an enterprise level for IBM.
Yeah.
Because it's the same tech, the same code.
That's what is amazing about AI, really. Like, I think it's opened up people more to using it more in their day-to-day lives, which scares people still, but then they're finding how useful it is.
It's okay to be scared, and people were scared when PCs came out and took over data entry.
Well, the time that we met, I was telling you that like when I started doing websites, most businesses did not have websites, and a lot of people were not using I was in rural Ireland too, so the internet wasn't great. So part of what I had to do was teach people why the internet is so useful. Right? Yeah. Even from a personal level, and help to get better infrastructure.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's one agent we haven't, or one of your tools we haven't talked about, was the social media.
Yeah.
Tool. So that's
a big one. Yeah, social media actually is, I think, the biggest pain point. Maybe tied with lead generation and lead handling, but it's ugly. I mean, social media is one of those really sad things, because you have all these free tools like Facebook, and you're like, okay, it's free. But the problem is they're very strict with their algorithms, and they're not very nice to businesses. They want you to pay for ads.
Yeah.
So if you're posting on your own, you might think, oh my God, I have a few likes. That's great. But you're not looking at the engagement and the impressions.
Yeah.
And the algorithm is very, very stubborn. Like, it wants quality content and wants to be consistent. It can't be I post here and there. It wants to be you're posting all the time, but quality at the same time. Well, I'm not sure who has time to do that as a business owner. Even if you have a small staff, that have quality posts, constant, always branded the same way, always sounds like you do it the same way every time, is impossible. Yeah. So Ada provides that system that makes sure that every post is on brand, correct colors, correct fonts, because basically your font should match across your entire brand, including your website. So all be the same fonts, same logos, same colors. Everywhere has to be the same.
And fitting with your brand, like you said.
Yes.
Because right now, people are putting out these, I believe it's ChatGPT generated.
They are.
Graphics that all look alike.
Yep.
And I'm, in my mind, I am not going to buy from a business that uses them. I'm just that way.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, people. Like, can it make it look different?
Well, because they're using the window. And again, there's no, and this is, so those technologies are amazing. We use them.
It's probably a prompt someone gave them.
Yes.
So that it's telling them to do this a specific way and they all look the same. Like, it's fun when you're doing it for fun. Like, a bunch of women were doing it around Christmas with like maybe
cards
in a cute sparkly dress holding a candy cane.
Yes, I saw
winter
those.
One, and then everyone was doing them, and it was kind of cute to see how we all looked in those. I did bite on that. That was one of the few times I've done that.
That was fun.
And then, but now these ones that people are doing to promote their business, they all look alike.
And this is one AI trap.
And they're very heavy. Like,
because
you need something that suits your brand, people.
Exactly. And again, this is, the word context is a big word, even for our personal life, when we're texting somebody, right? There's no context. Well, AI is the same way. AI needs a lot of context. And that's why if you think you can just use your window and go on a Gemini and just do everything from there, you can, to a point, if you know what you're doing. But it doesn't have a full awareness of your business enough to give you a consistent quality output. So we have fixed that problem.
Yeah.
We have our brand kit is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it pulls like 100 posts to look through. It knows how you speak. It studies your words. So you speak different than I do. So we're not going to sound the same social media, right? We want to. And then when it comes to images, we take your images and work off of them. So your photographer comes in, or your phone. You take pictures of your products. We can fix that. But we use our models to enhance those images, fix the color, make them look better. We can animate them. Yeah. So the majority is your own material. But we can generate things. But because we have so much data points, it's always unique 100% of the time. It's never the same.
So in your social media tool, it can generate the graphics to post?
Absolutely. We like to pull from customers' data. So, their images. But you can't do it all the time. So like, let's say infographics, we make those, but that's pulling from their competitors, whatever they need, like whatever. Yeah. So we do infographics, we do motion graphic animations, we do short films, like very, very short ad style stuff.
Yeah, like a 30-second.
Yeah, 30-second, 50-second. Yeah, we do reels, but a lot of times we take from your own stuff. Yeah. Let's say you sent me a video you made, we can take that and make infinite content from that. We can make reels, we can take stills from that, we can make carousels from that, but we can mix it with actual infographics, educational stuff. So
to make it useful.
But again, it pulls from 100 data points. It's pulling from all your brand information, it's pulling from your history, it's pulling from your business information, your competitors. So each time it's unique. Even if you did 1,000 posts, it's unique.
Well, that's another thing that people don't use is that if you've been in business for a while and doing any kind of content, chances are you've got a database of great information that can be turned into posts.
Yes, absolutely.
But if you just plug that all into this agent or your tool, then it can use all that data and make all these. Because that's what I tell people, I believe people should post 3 times a day minimum. And people are like, I'm lucky if I can post once a day.
Yeah, right? That's a lot of posting.
So I'm like,
but you should. You're right.
You got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, I mean, I think 30 a month is minimum. To me, it's the minimum is 30.
So it's like a 1 a day.
Right, that's the minimum for a business.
Yeah.
But if you can do 90 and be on it, but if they're quality at least.
But in volume, like not volume, but in the content that's valuable to your target audience.
In a mixture, it can't just be all photos. Like photos are really tough right now. So you need, so it's hard for somebody to figure out, okay, how am I going to animate these? We really can't. Yeah. So Instagram is sad because Instagram wants animation, even if it's a little bit, even if the text moves. And then also Canva. Canva has been overused to a point where now it knows it's Canva.
Well, I was telling somebody the other day, like with all these ChatGPT graphics, I'm like, I'm missing Canva. Like, remember when they started Canva and people were like, oh, I saw that template, the design template over and over and over again. And then, but now I'm like, I miss all that. Come come back, Canva.
Yeah, I think we like to have very unique posts and, you know, we have a campaign system.
Yeah.
So each, so let's say you have 5 campaigns, they're all measured individually, and they'll have their own posts.
Yeah.
So we say education campaign, awareness, engagement, and whatever you can think of.
Yeah.
And then they all are measured. And then we can actually mix in their carousels. And carousels should be like 8 to 10 images. Some are animated, some are not. Reels, some stills, but it should be very high quality stills.
And then you come back with the data. So that's the important part.
Yes.
Because you do all this work. Well, Severus AI does all this work for you.
To make sure
but you get the data back so you can see what's working better than the others. Maybe I should do more of that, or maybe I should stop doing that, and then see what people really are interested in. Yeah,
because it'll take hooks. So it looks for your industry hooks that work
it'll look
nationally.
like time of day.
Yeah.
Because that's really important.
Time of day for your niche.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's different. I mean, if you're in food, obviously, it should be earlier. It actually will memorize what's best, and we'll see, and it'll adjust because sometimes it changes for industry sometimes, or there'll be a shift with the algorithm. So it'll watch your engagement each day and time, and it'll record that and start making it'll start saying, hey, this is working really well.
Yeah.
But it also will pull industry data from the entire country and see what your industry is doing that time of day as well into consideration.
That's powerful.
But also that your area. So we pull posts from your state and your county. So we have staff. So we we use AI a lot, and we're AI firm. We believe human in the loop.
Yeah.
So you get your own, for social media, you get an account manager who's actually looking at everything. So it's not just, we're not just saying, okay, put it on here and it runs on autopilot. So we don't run fully autonomous systems here. We do semi-autonomous.
Yeah.
I think that we're not ready for fully autonomous systems yet. I think humans need to be involved and be enhanced rather than replaced. Autonomous would be replacing in a way. So we're looking more at semi-autonomous systems.
Yeah. Enhancement. Exactly. That's the right way to look at it.
Yeah. So for customers, they still get a human manager for any service we offer. Are
you doing anything with email marketing? Because that would be the next kind of step, I would say.
So basically a workflow would do that. So it's we don't offer it off the cuff, but if someone said, hey, I want you to, it's one of a common workflow that we've been asked about. Yeah.
Because that's what I often tell people is like, do an article on your website, that's the base, and then you're doing your social media around that, driving people back to your website, and your email marketing then is the next step of that.
Right.
So you can use one thing of content, but repurpose it in many different ways.
Right. So someone said, like yourself, say, hey, I want you to, I want to combine this to one workflow. Yeah. Where it would post social media, post a newsletter, a blog, like all be like, it's a blog, newsletter.
And then the data again, because that's really important with the email marketing.
Right. And then it could plug into what you already have.
So you could fit it into MailChimp or Constant Contact, whatever you're using.
Right. Even Zapier, we're actually plugging Zapier as well as Zapier and individually too. But yeah, you would have all that stuff in return to make a decision on what you want to do and who, who's doing what. So we can pull in open rates and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me a bit about the business then. Like, who do you have working with you?
So basically, I was able to train mental people, which I always wanted to do, and I think it'd be easier. So I have Samuel Hawkins, who's from this area. He's now in Florida, and I trained him personally over the last 3 years. So he is kind of our workflow specialist. He's excellent at mapping out workflows for customers. And he's also excellent at taking very high-end technical jargon that I give him and bring it into layman terms. So if he was here, he can explain way better than I can, because he's really good at explaining things in very human terms. What work.
That's important to balance that out. Right.
So basically, I'm more the guy that's always coding all the time and solving problems. He's the one that does all the QA testing, and then he maps things out for customers, and he finds issues that when it comes to what would work for actual customer in the real world. For me, I'm more the tech person. I mean, I do see both sides, but he's better. And I have another intern, Riker, who's an intern who focuses on voice systems and social media. I have Marley, also my daughter as well, but she went to school for writing and journalism and marketing. So she is kind of an account manager. and oversees.
Yeah.
Because basically our systems are always being graded. So they self-grade themselves and we grade it.
And you do as well.
Yep.
You said you got that human element there that you
Big
need.
time.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of revision. And so it's, I don't want people to confuse and think that, oh, you know, the system just runs on its own and it's just willy-nilly. No, it's very, very human in the loop, and everything is verified. So even with our voice agents, they're tested every day, even in production. So when a customer is using them, we get the reports back every day.
Yeah.
And so we're watching everything. So you never like have this agent just in the wild taking phone calls.
Imagine.
No, we see all the calls, all the call settlement.
Right.
You have it too.
Yeah.
You know, your email and your dashboard. So everything is very supervised. So think of it as a chaperone, you know, and I filter it with kids. We're the chaperone. We are chaperoning these systems.
That's another good way to put it. Yeah, chaperone.
Yeah, and we're harsh. Basically, these systems can be trained to have very high standards. So we build it to have high standards, and then we have high standards. So we're always very harsh and making sure that every conversation is looked at every day. It might sound hard to believe, but we actually do it.
That's good. Now, did we hit all the services? You talked about the voice chat, voice on the web and the social media. But you also said you could do outbound calls also.
Yes, and outbound calls are the same training but a little bit different. And so basically you get a phone number and we do something and we actually connect it to your phone line and it calls for you.
Yeah.
So
you could send out reminders for people, confirming information.
Yep, anything you imagine. That. You know, but it can also call your own employees as well.
Oh yeah.
Yep, we can call them about anything.
Wake up! No.
Wake up, or it can tell them, "Hey, go to this address."
Yeah.
For this.
Oh, okay.
Give instructions. Yep.
Oh, I like that.
It can take payments. It can take. It can. Anything what you would do on a phone, it can do. And it could be. It's the same agent, so it has the same context, all the same. It's the same. So someone asks a question.
Yeah.
It has all the same training as
it
incoming.
Can answer those questions.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And same voice. You can pick your voice. You can have male, female. They have names. And, so they respond to their name. You know, Mark, Jessica. As a person would.
That's funny, right?
Yeah. So they'll and they'll say they're AI. They don't lie.
Yeah.
Every study we've seen, people are more comfortable if they know it's AI. Some companies are tricky.
Yeah, because they're like, are they trying to trick me?
Well, right. So I always say,
open.
Yep, I'm an AI assistant, and this is a recorded line for training purposes.
Yeah.
So all up front, and people are comfortable.
Yeah.
They're not being, bamboozled.
Yeah. Like you get a lot now during the day, these phone calls that are just like
AI.
Trying to sell me a loan or something.
Right. And I'm AI now.
Yeah.
But they're not telling you that.
Yeah. They don't. And I'll ask, and they still don't tell me.
Yeah, not good.
Because I'll say, is this a real person?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm calling you with an offer, blah, blah, blah.
I know.
And they keep talking, and I'm like, okay, I know you're not real because you're not responding to what I'm actually saying.
Well, yeah. Well, also, they're not trained well. A lot of this stuff is like, you can be sloppy with this and just have these things that's kind of working, and they're not trained well. Ours go through months of training.
Well, what's scary is when these spam things get more sophisticated and you're not going to know. That is scary. But it's a reality, and people just need to be educated.
What's the whole thing we're trying to do as well is that we do teach, and we do want to, we have a platform called Severus Platform, which was built a couple of years ago as well. And we're expanding that in this summer, and we want to volunteer and just teach people the truth.
Yeah.
And
that's smart.
And know what to look out for. This is free. There's not anything about with Severus AI. This is teaching you about when AI calls you and it's just like weird call. When you start speaking willy-nilly, it could be recording your voice. So it could be a feature of phishing. So just be quick about it. If it's a long delay, it's a spam call, probably from India or Africa. If it's a long delay, hit the phone. And our agent, it's quick. It's a legal agent right away. It's on the phone. If it's a delay, it's a spam call. And so that spam call, if you start talking to that agent like that, they can record your voice.
Yeah.
So there's a difference.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. So if any kind of delay, like a long pause, don't answer it.
Hang up.
And your phone is pretty good about telling you the spam anyway, but these days it's getting a little better.
Yeah.
But again, our agents are meant, they're interpretable. So when they call you, they say, hello, or when you say hello, it says, hey, this is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And also we offer to, it actually will show your number. So we can, so basically, with the telephony systems, it will go through caller ID that's safe. So it's not a spam call. You don't know who's calling you. It will say, this is B&B Plumbing through the phone company.
Yes, because you're using a number that's their legit.
Right. So it's legit. So the caller knows it's not spam anyway. So it's not like you have to figure out, oh my God, is it spam or not? It'll be the caller ID to your company.
Yeah.
Yeah. This will clarify that.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point, because that would make a whole difference. Because I don't answer mostly if I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Even if it's 792 or 796, because they're using those local numbers now for spam.
So. All the time. Yeah. So it's still, I think that was it for service. I think it's all the voice stuff and chat, the social media and workflow animations. We do voiceovers, we do some audio work. So like if you have like, you want voiceovers for social media, we do those, it's pretty.
So a little bit added services. If needed to some of the stuff that you're already doing.
Yeah. Because, if someone says, for social media, we technically do ad style stuff for customers automatically out of the box. But if they wanted something more higher end, we have, very, very high end voiceovers that are conversational.
That's great.
That we can add to that, or if they, hey, I need a video for my business. We do it for them.
Because that's another thing that holds people back. They're a bit self-conscious. They're not used to it.
Yeah, it's fair. So so basically we give you a script, and then you can edit it, and then we feed it in our system, and then we can even clone your voice.
Yeah. So
we offer voice cloning. So if you're shy, we'll clone your voice, and then we build these scripts, and then you could be on a video doing your presentation, but it's your voice.
The app that I use to edit my podcast has something like that, right? And there was an intro, and I didn't feel like getting my equipment set up to record it, so I tried their AI generated, and it came back and it had an English accent. So I searched and like, how do I change the accent? And they're like, no, we used your voice. We used like your past 2 or 3 recordings. You can't pick a voice. And I'm like, I don't have an English accent.
Oh, wow.
But so my daughter was like, Mom, don't ever use that again. It was so creepy because it did sound a bit like me, but with an English accent.
Interesting.
So I lived in London and I lived in Ireland for 20 years. So it must have somehow picked it up. Maybe the way I pronounce some things, probably. Or I don't know. But
too strong.
But I was like, okay. But in time, it would get better.
Yeah,
so that's one thing you got to learn
improve
about these things too, is that in time it learns more about you and improves.
Yeah.
But with you guys setting this stuff up for businesses, that will happen much faster.
Yeah.
Because you know what to ask them for. And
I forgot one thing. We do have a vertical for real estate. Yeah. So
I was going to ask you about industries. So are there any other, tell us about that, and then any other like industry type?
Yeah. So with real estate vertical we have a system we built just for real estate. So real estate is very competitive, and we do, the system will make you high-end postings for real estate. So we do night and day. We can take out rain. We can clean up driveway, grass, pools.
So it's hard to get the timing
right. We can make animations of room animations. Like you can walk in different rooms, but more in a fun way, not the boring way.
Yeah.
The virtual way. This is like, kind of fun.
Yeah.
So it makes your listings very fun. Motion graphics with prices. It does, it helps you on social media to have those, compared to the boring. Nothing is more boring on Facebook or Instagram than a real estate posting. They're boring or drabby. So our systems change all that and make it, high powered, fun. Actually, we'll stop scrolling, look at your listing. We have some metrics that are pretty astounding on that. Where when you have night and day scenes for a property, animations, they sell way faster. We can also put in furniture and change out furniture in rooms. So if a client, had a preference or something, you can put in different type of furniture into the room.
Yeah.
And that could also be animated as well. But when it comes to other verticals, we work with all businesses, where beauty salons, one example for a salon would be, someone canceled last minute. Someone was mad because they couldn't get a spot. The system can call them back and say, hey, we have an opening, you can come in, done, or email them automatically for them. So if you're in a salon and you're busy with doing hair, the system will do it on its own. So someone cancels, it'll automatically call that person back and slot the new person to that spot. And I say to you some of the time, because you're still doing, your clients are taken care of, but you're still making money. And not losing that slot. So it's this kind of thing we do. So we do cater to each niche. And it's no really, set, people we can't work with. But we always say, salons and HVAC, home services, real estate, lawyers, dentists, doctors, but it's any business.
And you don't have to just work with local businesses.
No.
I mean, do you have a number of local clients?
Yeah, right now we've been dealing with local and regional, but we are a national company. Our goal is to not be, but we love this area, so we're kind of bullseyeing.
Because you don't need to be sitting next to the person you're doing the work.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
So we have clients, in different parts of the area, but we love this area, so we're kind of really working hard here. But we, when we are scaling, we're national.
Yeah. Now, your background is in development, software development, website development. Yeah. When did you get started in that?
I started coding when I was 10.
Oh, yeah.
My dad bought me a Tandy computer and this giant book, and I just would be there for 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I started with a big book.
Did you? Yeah.
HTML.
That was me, yeah.
And all the code.
All the code, yeah.
CSS.
And then in 2020, I saw... well, back then it was like more of like C++ and C languages.
Oh, so you were doing that stuff.
Yeah, then I got into HTML.
I never got into the real programming.
It's fun.
Yeah, I probably would. I just never had. I started having babies, and then it was just.
You're like, okay, no time.
I was lucky to be just doing that.
Which is not, it's always very complicated. But I got an HTML. I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool because people can see my work. And before they couldn't see it. It would work, but no one could see my work. I'm like, oh, okay. So I got an HTML and I would freelance. So I freelanced for years. I just would build websites for people. And then I got into building applications, combining HTML with JavaScript.
Yeah.
I fell in love with JavaScript. And it was funny that JavaScript was actually kind of like, it's only for making funny designs and buttons. But now, it's the most important language on earth.
It still is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's number one. For all your frameworks we use is JavaScript based. Yeah. When I was starting, it was frowned upon to use JavaScript. Now it's number one. Everything you see, including mobile apps, are built in JavaScript. And, it used to be you would use C++ or Java, Kotlin, or you would use Objective-C, but JavaScript is the king when it comes to these frameworks now. So
that makes me feel a little better. Something I've heard of.
Yeah. Well,
I only used it in that I would Google, right? Like I want to add, like the silly stuff early in the early days of web development, like snowfall on top of an image.
That's what it was. That was JavaScript. It was more for fun.
To do different things like that.
Yeah, so, now it runs everything.
Like, to make things a bit more useful on my website, but I would just search for the little bit of script I needed, plug it into the HTML and hope it didn't break anything.
Right. What's funny about that now that we've gotten away from those scripts now. I mean, everything is run through libraries and all kind of thing like that. I mean, Facebook is all JavaScript. It's built on a framework called React. So, that's why it's so fast. Because it's all serving things. Some are server-side stuff. Some are client-side stuff, which is the browser. But yeah, so I got into that, grew. We built these little apps like, for sports and pools, having fun. And then I started building, more real applications for, for customers, that would maintain their databases, their customers, their sales.
Yeah.
I did that. And that's what I've been doing for a long time. And then I started to actually build Severus.
Yeah.
And
are you a Harry Potter fan?
Not necessarily.
So where'd the name
Severus was stolen. So Severus Snap actually that came from the Roman Emperor Severus.
Okay.
She took that for him.
Okay.
So the Emperor, the Roman Severus Emperor was born in Libya. And and a lot of our democratic institutions are from him. And he also built the Great Wall around Great Britain in defense. Yeah. So he has a huge history. Look him up. It's pretty extraordinary. But as I know, he's the only African-born emperor. Most of them were born in Rome or
that other way.
But they gotten so far from Rome at that point. He was born there. Yeah, but he has a great backstory. So it's like, I'm very strong. I like strength.
That's great. That's a great idea for the name. That's a good name. Severus AI.
Yeah, strength.
So do you have anything new that you're trying to add on? It sounds like you're doing a lot already, but if you have future for the future.
Yeah, the future is definitely the voice systems, which we're integrating now into everything. So that it's more now of a personal assistant. And then we're also trying to make bigger automations and workflows and almost these executive assistants is our next goal. And that, where you actually have a micro employee. I don't call them employee, they're not, because only a human can be an employee in my view, but I think a micro employee, fractional, that you have with you 24/7.
Yeah.
That can integrate into all your platforms or anything you have going on. And it's always there to do anything you need to do. And
because you were talking about a client that like gets up in the morning, she can just talk into her phone and have it give her a recap of the emails and things like that. Like to me, that sounds like a assistant.
Right. But anything. It can write reports for her and send to her other people. It can, study for her, do research for her. And generally we call it a cron job. That is a cron. Yeah, so schedule. All this, right?
Job,
so it'll be set for wherever she would want. So if she wants everything done by 7 a.m., it has done all its building of analytics and research, and it already emailed everybody. Everything's done. So when she gets up, she's just seeing the reports. But the cool part is it's telling her as a person would be like in the old days when they come in and sit with you.
So you can have a conversation.
You have a conversation. And it'll tell you, I did this way for this reason. Because it's semi-autonomous. So it's making decisions. So it'll tell her all the information she needs to know. And then it'll actually send her email of also the summary too. So when she arrives at her destination, her work is done. Now she can focus on the bigger stuff. So in a meeting, everyone has all that data ready to go. The team's on the same page, and she has 10 of her, pretty much, like 10 people. 10 arms, we call it. Like she's doing research, she's over here, she's emailing over here, she just wrote a report out. She wrote a whole slideshow, PowerPoint is done. It's all done for her.
And the drive to work.
So she arrives and can do this whole presentation on PowerPoint. She can have all the emails done. Everyone has their analytics, documentation, maybe PDFs.
You can focus on the things that really need the human brain to work on. So you let AI do that stuff that can be automated and that, research things quickly. Let AI do that. Let Severus do that for you so that you can then do the people things that you need to do and the, human interaction stuff that needs to be done.
And scale.
And have all that information at your fingertips within seconds instead of an hour or two's research.
Yeah, so really, at the end of the line for us and for customers and for prospects, it's about saving time. Getting your time back. If you're a solopreneur or a small business, loving it again. Because there's no way you can love it if you're doing 20, 30 different tasks every day. And you're not even doing what you love to do. So that's our biggest thing we want to do with Severus is give people the time back and make you love your job again or love your business again, like the old days. And not looking at it as rat race part 2. That's what it is as an entrepreneur. If you're doing 40 jobs every single day, you are now
the ones that you don't like doing.
Right.
Give that to Severus.
Your SOPs, hand them over, and you'll see yourself, you'll see the ROI go through the roof because now you can think again. You can be creative again. So AI is a gift because you can get back to your being creative as a human and why you even started business in the first place. You forget if you're doing 40 tasks a day.
You do. You get so much in the weeds that you lose the big picture.
And then you hate it. All of a sudden, you're not happy anymore. You see it all the time. People are burnout. I think AI is the biggest gift for entrepreneurs ever. Since the internet.
Definitely.
Where you're able to actually just do what you love to do again.
That's great.
So we're very excited. Any questions ever, we're here to educate as well. We're not just about sales. I'm not salesy. I always say that. So I'm more about, solving problems and solutions.
So, and the website is?
SeverusAI.com.
SeverusAI.com. All righty. More info in the show notes.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you for listening to Building Success Stories, a production of the North Country Media Network. Our mission is to document the professional legacies and success stories that drive our region forward. To discover more shows in our network, or to learn how we can help you own the conversation in your industry, visit us online at northcountry.media. I'm Ann Donnelly, and until next time, keep building your success story.